and one of your siblings needs something from you, like your car, and then your parents tell you, just do it for whatever their name is. That's essentially what's going on right now. So as we know, Chrysler is crashing and burning. They only have one model. This model was discontinued a year ago, and this model catches on fire, even though they're both the same model. Anyway, Chrysler is crashing and burning, as everyone thought they would be, thanks to Stellantis' amazing mismanagement of the entire company. Now they have great ideas to revive everything that I'm sure is going to completely fail. They're supposedly reviving the 200 and 300, which I think is good, and then they're making all EVs. Very, very, very stupid. They're also bringing the Pacifica back as an SUV, which doesn't make any sense, because the Pacifica has always been a minivan ever since the late 1000s, early 90s. Stellantis is just a clown at this point. There's no revival of any of these companies. They will all go down, especially Dodge and Chrysler and Jeep, who have had it in the books for a while. So officially, right, Stellantis has finally gotten off their old ass and decided to do something about 3 failing car companies that are all their fault. So, Dodge. These 3 vehicles are being discontinued this year, and this one's not even a Dodge. I spent so much time talking about Chrysler, I never even looked into Dodge. They don't have any cars. The Charger, Challenger, and Durango are all being discontinued this year. And no, they don't even sell anything anymore. Anything. Nothing. No sedans, nothing. Nothing. The Dodge Avenger? No. Dodge Dart? No. Nothing. It's ridiculous. The Dodge Hornet, okay, I'm just going to give you a classic old example of this. So, it is currently Dodge, right? It's 2007. Let's just say 7. I know I get confused with the production times of these vehicles because it runs with another vehicle. And Big Daddy Chrysler saw that Dodge only had a couple vehicles and they needed to pad their lineup. So they came out with this monstrosity. I'm going to make a separate video on it later. It's called the Dodge Hornet. And if you can't already tell, it's just a 2011 Jeep Liberty. This is Chrysler shilling out, shilling out Jeep to save Dodge. They're just saying, do it for Dodge, right? Dodge Ram is dying, just do it for Dodge, right? So that's how we got the Dodge Nitro. A very ugly, very bad SUV that wasn't very good, based off a other not very good SUV. So we've seen historically when Dodge, any company, screws up, it's, of course, Chrysler's job to tell some other company that they own, do it for Dodge, right? Shell out one of your cars for Dodge. Stellantis is no different, really. I mean, I don't even think anyone works at that company at this point. It seems like all the companies are just on their own. They never update the models, which is, just amazing. I love how they never update models within 10 years. That's how Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge are in the same position. See, they waited so long to refresh any of these models that they were getting old, stopped selling, and then they don't have the money to refresh them. That's how you fail a car company, Stellantis. Bunch of idiots. Then they blew all that cash that they finally did have on EVs, and now they're making every single other car company pay for their mistakes in Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Fiat, which is just ridiculous. So, So, they finally decided, we need someone to do it for Dodge, and yeah. So, imagine you're Stellantis. You need a new vehicle for Dodge, as it literally has none. You want to kill off all the other models, except you believe it or not, the car actually needs to have some models to still be a car brand, right? So, you choose Alpha Romeo? Maserati, Lancia, Peugeot. You could have brought over a Peugeot, or a Vauxhall, or a foreign Fiat Panda or something. Nope. They went with Alfa Romeo, a very pricey brand, to make a very pricey SUV. Now, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube, watch any game, I know I've seen this ad countless times. Watch any football game recently. They're always advertising for this. The torque gets you going, and the horsepower keeps you going. Yeah, so if you couldn't already tell by this, I'm thinking of the right words, ugly front, this just very ugly, misplaced front. It's an Alfa Romeo, that's why it's so luxury. This isn't like some people were talking on the internet about how Dodge is turning over a new leaf and about how they're going to make cars that are styled more like this, and it's showing off the new Dodge design style. I really hate to break it to you. That's why it looks so weird. The only reason why this car even looks as weird as it does, it's just so that they can use similar headlights to the Alfa Romeo. I'm really sorry, Alfa Romeo. I have zero idea. They're an Italian sports car brand that unfortunately got bought by Stellantis. I have zero idea how to pronounce any of their cars. Tonsils? Tonally. I'm sure it's a very beautiful name, like the Giulia with the G. That's very interesting. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just too trashy to appreciate it. I have no idea how to say any of their model names. So essentially, Dodge, Stellantis just said do it for Dodge. And now we have an Alfa Romeo cosplaying. And you can see from that price tag, $31,000 as the starting price is rough. That is very, very rough. For being the only car, by 2024, if they follow up, they kill the Charger, they kill the Challenger, and they kill the Durango, it's going to be the only model, starting at $33,000. And it's a crossover. So, I mean, I get where they were coming from. The Alfa Romeo Tonle, I'm just going to call it Tonle. The Alfa Romeo Tonle is a crossover, but it sure as shit isn't the only one in the lineup. Like, why would they choose an Alfa Romeo? First of all, they're somewhat unreliable. They can be reliable. They're engineered really well in some places, like the best out of any other cars in some places, and then really shittily in other places. So, why would you choose Alfa Romeo? First of all. And second of all, why would you choose Alfa Romeo? I mean, you're just bringing the starting price up of a failing car company, and it already just looks weird. It doesn't look like a Dodge. It looks like they told the design team, I'm pretty sure originally they were just going to take this little stupid logo thing and just shove it right there. Just put it there and say, oh, that's perfect. I'm pretty sure they were just going to do that, and then they said, oh, we actually have to do a rebadge. That's why this thing looks so ugly. So, it's all misshapen. Like, this car, when a car is shaped like this, imagine taking a Bugatti Veyron and trying to put a normal Toyota Corolla grille on it. It doesn't look normal. This car's, all the body panels are specifically designed around this Alfa Romeo grille. Everything is designed around this Alfa Romeo grille. It's perfectly fit into the car, which is why this looks so weird and goopy, just because they just said, just slap. I mean, it looks like there should be something there. I mean, that's even why this little chunk is there, like that little chunk right there. That's because that's the remnants of that, which originally connected to the grille and made sensors and crap. It's very weird what they're doing. That's just why it looks, like I said, so goopy whoopy, and why the interior is so luxurious for a Dodge. In my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong. You can absolutely grill me in the comments if I'm wrong. Dodge was never meant to be an expensive brand. They were meant to be from my understanding, a cheaper, sports car brand. So first of all, why is this a crossover SUV that's not focused on off-roading? It's focused on being sporty. Which, why not do both? The RAV4, the CR-V, they're both doing sporty and adventurous, right? This one's just doing sporty. You can't take it off-road, can't do anything with it, but it's sporty. We also get some new weird cars from it, which is interesting. They also have all these sporty trim levels that don't really change a lot. You don't even get fog lights in the RT Plus, which is almost $50,000. You don't even get fog lights for that price. In fact, you don't even get different headlights. This just shows how much, Stellantis doesn't care about Dodge. I'm pretty sure Stellantis just bought these car companies accidentally. A few nights ago, I got really tired, and I bought a gigantic chunk, and I paid for overnight delivery of honeycomb because I was tired. I think that's how they bought Dodge and Ram and Jeep. I think they were just really tired, and they had no idea what they were doing. Because they seriously are acting like they want to run this company into the ground. They could not be doing a worse job. I mean, seriously, come on. Half the issues that Chrysler and Dodge are facing today are just because of Stellantis, and they've only been owned by Stellantis for 2 to 3, maybe 5 years. That's not a long time. It takes a really long time to screw up a car company, but they have just fast-tracked it. Chrysler and Fiat wasn't good at governing themselves before they were owned by somebody. Now Stellantis is doing an even worse job, and that is truly awful. These days of the Dodge Hornet / Romeo / these days of this awful kind of shitty rebadge engineering makes me miss the old days when, all they were doing was turning Fiat Pandas into Jeeps. So again, this isn't some beacon of Dodge engineering. This is just an Alfa Romeo tonsils. I'm really sorry. Alfa Romeo, you are a truly luxury brand, and I am 100% too trashy to say your name correctly. The Alfa Romeo tonsils is just, again, no disrespect to the brand. I'm sure it's lovely. Again, it's just, we haven't even talked about the back yet. Yeah, the back is awful. That's why you may have noticed I've been scrolling for quite a while on this promotional material. You cannot see the back. Look. There's not a single photo of the back of this car on this website. Only the side. That's because, see, they can only put effort into the front. The rest of the car, they just said, oh, see, look, starts in the front. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So it looks like a good sporty design, but it doesn't look like a Dodge. It looks like an Alfa Romeo Tonsils. I mean, look, it's even the same width as the other bar. They just made it straighter for some reason. First of all, the starting price is too expensive because people that buy sporty things don't want to spend $30,000 for the base one, not even the sporty version. And also, no one's going to buy this as an off-roader. And the off-roader market, the SUV market, is much, much bigger than the sporty market for some reason. So, what really annoys me here, they went with a luxury car company to put the price up so much, right, to skyrocket the price so that no one can afford it. They went with a luxury car brand to do this. They did a shitty rebadge job, which is why it looks so ugly. I mean, it looks fine, but when you look at that front with the rest of the car, it doesn't make sense. It just looks weird. They did try to put, like, the telephone, that's what I call it, which is the discontinued one. Yeah, the charger, yeah. They tried to put, like, that charger telephone in there. It didn't really work at all. They tried to do that with the back, too. Again, didn't work. So they used a different car company, right? They did all this crap. They rebadge engineered it terribly. And then they make it sporty to stay true to Dodge's heritage. Like, if you really cared about that, first of all, you would have run it better in the company where this wouldn't be the situation we're in, having to rebadge another car company. And second of all, why do you care about that now? Like, why do you care about that now? You've just done this entire crappy rebadge job. Why do you only care about Dodge's heritage now? I mean, you just shilled out Alpha Romeo do it for Dodge so that they don't go bankrupt. And let me tell you, the orders for this thing are some of the lowest we've seen in history. Abysmal. So with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And it's just sad just to see Dodge and just so heavily mismanaged. Maybe should I make a video on how I would run it differently? I don't know. Maybe I will.